Well, that's a weapon.
This
right there.
is a clamper for picking up garbage, sir. You have a gun that kills people. How am I supposed to kill someone with
Sit down, sir.
Officer, he's got a gun.
Sit down. We're not going anywhere. You need to drop it. I haven't confirmed that yet. I told you I'm investigating a trespass. You didn't give me your address.
2333, I live in room 304.
That's the first time. Have a seat. Hey, listen. The first thing you need to do is drop that item.
I'm picking up garbage from my door.
That man is Zayd Atkinson, and as he just told police, he lives in that building. Now, Zayd was just trying to clean up garbage around his apartment, but the Boulder, Colorado Police Department arrived on the scene, and the situation quickly escalated.
I'm Officer Parker.
Great.
You want to tell me your name?
Why should I have to?
Because then we can have an adult conversation.
An adult conversation now?
Yeah.
You want to have an adult conversation after your deputy pulled his gun on you? You said this is a weapon.
It can be used as a weapon,
You feel like
yes.
this is threatening? Yeah.
Can you put it away? Can you just drop it on the ground? There you go. That's all I need.
Put your gun away.
Yep, you got it.
Hey, Zayd.
What?
Okay, these nice people here told me that you are a resident.
Oh, wow.
So, Zayd,
What a surprise.
Officers pulled their guns on Zayd within a minute of arriving on the scene and continued to escalate the situation by refusing to listen to what Zayd was actually saying. Even when being told he's right, officers still speak to him like a child. And as Zayd points out, all of this could have been resolved by simply letting him prove he lived in the building. But officers wouldn't let him do that either. Instead, they repeatedly try to stop Zayd from confirming his identity.
So, Zayd, if you were willing to sit down, this would bring everything down a little bit, and we could start going down.
I do not feel comfortable sitting down. This guy was ready to kill me, sir. I said, let me walk up to the door and beat myself into the building. And he refused to let me walk to my house. You think this is a joke? I live here. You were ready to shoot me down. And you didn't know a goddamn thing. You're wasting all our resources.
I didn't even point my gun at you.
At this point, police know two things. Zayd doesn't have a weapon, and he does, in fact, live in that building. But as you just saw, they still won't allow Zayd to just go back in his house and continue his day. Now they have questions, and they'd like to keep Zayd outside. If that seems suspicious to you, it did to Zayd too. And when that incident was over, Zayd used his voice to let the media know what happened. After mounting public pressure, the officer who pointed a gun in Zayd's face resigned before an internal investigation concluded. It's no coincidence that Zayd is black. Police interactions like this happen at a disproportionately high rate for black and brown Americans. There's no safety in being on your own property either, as countless minority victims of police harassment will tell you. What's even more bizarre is that Zayd was just trying to be a good neighbor by cleaning up the front of his apartment. He was being thoughtful. That's the kind of behavior we call good citizenship, and this is how he was rewarded. And when it isn't the police, it's your own neighbors breaking into your house to question you. That was the case for this Karen, who maybe should have cooled it with the mojitos before marching across the property line.
What the are you doing right now?
I'm standing outside my house. You're standing outside of my house.
Why are you standing outside of your house doing what you're doing?
I don't think that's any of your concern, what I'm doing.
Well, you're doing something.
Why don't you go back to your house and I'll be at my house?
You sound like an idiot.
You walked over from your house standing in front of me at my house
Yeah, I
trying
did.
to tell me I'm an idiot?
Absolutely, I did.
Okay, good job.
Now, here's some context for that. This took place in a gated community where our male homeowner lives. And that Karen? Yeah, she doesn't live there. She decided to trespass into someone else's private neighborhood, all in the name of law and order or something. Unfortunately, not all of these stories have happy endings. We all remember the tragic story of Breonna Taylor, who was killed by Kentucky police during a botched raid. Taylor, like anyone, had a right to feel safe as she slept. She was denied that fundamental right. Through a toxic mixture of callousness and malice, police departments have made sure black residents never feel entirely safe in majority white communities. That's true even when they're doing everything right, like Zayd in Colorado. Without policing reform at the federal level, change is just a dream. And with Democrats moving away from talking about crime ahead of the 2024 election, that change looks more distant than ever. Joe Biden is running out of time to find political courage on policing. And speaking of upsetting things, Kenosha killer Kyle Rittenhouse is back on TV, and he's wondering if you can spare a few bucks. Check out this video to learn how crybaby Kyle got himself into this mess.